Hi guys, just an update for my 3D polystyrene and cement background. I've had the tank running now with fish in it for just over 4 months and everything seems to be fine. The fish are happy. The only loss that I had was a dwarf gourami that I lost a couple of months ago. I don't know the reason why. Tested the water and all the parameters were stable. pH was fine, no sign of anything to do with water quality, just an unexplained death really. The other fish seem happy in here. They're only small stuff at the minute. I was just stocking it with small stuff, wanting it to grow on. I've got 12 angel fish in there. Obviously they're going to be a little bit larger once they're fully grown. I've got 2 large cynodontis catfish, around 7.5–8 inches, some moonlight gourami and a couple of other bits and bobs. I've got some silver sharks in there. I've got 8 bristlenose plecos and around half a dozen platies, and I've also got some male swordtails in there as well. I will be probably doubling, if not a bit more than that, the stock eventually when I get round to it. You know, I'm not in a big rush for that at the minute. But yeah, everything seems to be fine. I'm testing the water every 2 weeks still and everything's stable, so I'm very happy that the cement is fully leached out and the parameters are fine and I'm not having any trouble with water quality. Whether that's down to the leaching process, I did leach the tank for 6 months, doing 100% water changes every week to every 2 weeks, and I used salt towards the end of that process as well, and I think that also helps speed it up towards the end. I did use sulfate resisting cement when I made this background, which was advised to me by the Sea Life Centre. So I know a lot of people that make these backgrounds or think about making these backgrounds use normal Portland cement. I was advised not to use Portland cement because it takes longer to leach out. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But as far as what I've done with my experiments in doing this, the sulfate resisting is sort of doing just fine. It's still hard, no signs of any holes coming in it, and it doesn't appear to be leaching any of the nasties into the water now. With the background in it now, I've got about 1270 litres approximately in there now. The background's displaced around 300 litres, give or take a few litres. That's about it for the information really, apart from, I don't know, nothing else really. I think it looks a bit better now. Now there's fish in there and a few plants, bit of gravel, sand. I tried to mix up the substrate to try and make it look a bit more natural. I've got darker areas in the sides where the lights don't penetrate because I've got overhangs from the background, which I quite like, but also sometimes I wish I could lighten them up a bit, but there's not really much I can do about that because of the overhanging background. This algae started growing on the background as well. I did think about painting it, but I'm glad I didn't in the end because I think it looks a lot more natural. There's different tones in the cement, how it's dried anyway, and with the algae that's grown on it in places, it looks a lot more natural, I think, than if I'd have tried to paint the thing myself. I haven't got any CO2 or anything in the system. It's just the lights, and they're on for 11 hours a day, so they're helping the plants a bit, but some plants seem to be growing better than others in certain areas. The plants in the gravel seem to be growing slightly better, and also the plants on this side. I'm thinking about getting some plant food tablets and putting them in to the sanded areas and also probably under the gravelled area as well, just for additional nutrients to the plants, hoping they'll grow a bit better. I'm not going to be setting up a CO2 system for this tank. It's too much hassle and I can't really be bothered, to be honest. So hopefully the plant food tablets will do the job. That's about it really. Got nothing spectacular in there. I didn't really want to go for anything majorly over the top with fish wise. I just wanted a nice bit of colour and a bit of movement. So once everything's established, my fish are bigger, my plants have grown, I've got a bit more stock in there, I think the tank's going to look a lot better. So that's about it really. You can't see me signing up there. One down here. Yeah, the fish are quite placid. They come up to the glass quite a lot. They haven't been fed for a day, so they're probably quite happy to see me up by the glass. Don't think we can see any of the bristlenose maybe. There's one of the little ones. I don't know where Mummy and Daddy is. It could be anywhere. My Venturis, that's another thing, my Venturis are still working really well. You can't really see the one that's behind there because it's dark and there's a cyno in the way. But that's blasting out loads of air bubbles and it seems to be keeping the tank very well oxygenated. Yeah, I don't know where the male bristlenose is. He's hiding. He's quite large. That's about it, really, I think now. I know I've already said that, but yeah, I think that's about it. If you've got any questions to ask, just leave some comments if you're interested. I'll put some links in the description to the threads on I Keep Fish forum, where everything about the background and how it's been made, the whole leaching process. I've got a leaching diary on there, so if any of you fancy doing this sort of thing, all the information's there, as much as I could do in detail, and hopefully it will help someone that wants to do this in the future. So with this, I'm very happy with the results. What happened with this, no losses of fish apart from the one, which could have been down to anything. The rest of the fish seem happy, so I think it's a success really. It was a bit of a gamble doing it, but things seem to have paid off, so I'm quite happy with that. Okay, thank you for watching. Cheers.